Hi, church. I'm Becky.
And I'm Dylan. And today we're going to be talking about Luke chapter 8, verses 22 through 39, where we're going to be focusing on the central truth: Jesus is God.
In the beginning of the passage, Jesus and his disciples set out on a boat to cross the Sea of Galilee to go to Gentile cities. While they are crossing, a fierce windstorm came up upon them, causing the boat to fill with water.
The disciples were in great distress because they lacked faith by not trusting God. After all, it was God who parted the Red Sea and the Jordan River. It was God who rescued Jonah from the storm that God created. Jesus knew all this, and he trusted the Father so much that he was asleep in the boat in peace while disciples shouted in panic.
Jesus woke up and rebuked the wind and calmed the sea, bringing instant peace. In calming the sea, Jesus fulfilled Psalm 107, verses 28 through 29, which says, "Then they cried to the Lord in their trouble, and he delivered them from their distress. He made the storm be still, and the waves of the sea were hushed." God alone is strong enough to rule the raging sea, and Jesus did so by his own power and authority.
Jesus' decision to cross the Sea of Galilee with his disciples revealed two things. First, it reveals his love, because Jesus is fulfilling God's promise that the Messiah would come to offer salvation to all people, both Jew, clean, and Gentile, unclean.
Second, it reveals his power. He was in control. It was Jesus who led the disciples through the storm. It was Jesus who led them into the unclean territory so that they could see his great power and love. He was teaching them to trust him, love him, and love others as he did.
After the storm, Jesus encountered a demon-possessed man. This man was filled with thousands of demons. Yet, the demons cowered in fear before Jesus because they knew that not even their leader, Satan himself, could stand against the power of God the Son.
They also knew that Christ wouldn't judge them at his first coming. He'd wait till his second coming. So they begged not to be locked into the abyss, which is a prison for demons.
At Jesus' command, the demons left the man and entered a herd of pigs on the hillside nearby. The pigs rushed down the steep bank and plunged to their death in the lake below. The man was totally healed, and peace reigned.
The people who the pigs belonged to, though, were not that thankful. In fact, they asked Jesus to just leave. They were fearful. Their response shows that there are different kinds of fear: the fear of believers and the fear of unbelievers.
Fear of believers is a holy fear that rejoices in the awesomeness of God's power and leads them to hate sin and turn towards Jesus. Fear of unbelievers is a dread of punishment from the mighty God.
Jesus' response to the unbelievers was love and compassion. Jesus commanded the man who was set free of demons to go and tell those unbelievers who feared punishment how much God had done for him. The man was changed because he knew Jesus was in fact God in human flesh, the only one powerful and loving enough to bring peace to his stormy life.
These miracles prove that Jesus has the power and love of God. He has power over the natural and supernatural that can bring both physical and spiritual peace. He shows his love for caring for the disciples, the demon-possessed man, and repeatedly offering salvation to Gentiles. All who wish to be saved must fear and love Jesus as the one true God.
So, what are you guys doing to show your love and care for people? Are you telling your friends about how the love and power of Jesus changed your life? If so, what does that look like? If you aren't doing that right now, what do you think that would look like to do so?